Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooking More with Less. I am your host. My name is Celina Cordoba, and today we're going to be doing some real simple quick meals. I wanted to show you a butternut squash because I was talking about root vegetables and other vegetables that are really good to make into simple soups. What we're going to do today is make a vegan butternut squash soup. I'm also going to panko, breadcrumb, some mahi, and fry it up. And we're going to throw some capers on top of that. We're going to make a nice little pasta dish with some mahi crusted goodness and some butternut squash soup. And then I'm going to roast some cauliflower. So I'm doing a lot today, but I wanted to show you how quick and easy a butternut squash soup can be. Now, I also wanted to thank everybody for writing and for just allowing me to know where I can improve in terms of, sharing and making stuff. And a lot of people have written about just like different fish that they eat and wondering how to make shrimp the easiest way and things of that nature. And it really actually made me very happy because it's giving me direction and to see how, what you guys want as well. So I wanted to show just a butternut squash and how you can cut it down the middle. Basically what I do to make my soup is really simple. I don't even take the seeds or anything out yet. All I do is I take a regular casserole dish, I fill it with a little bit of water on the bottom, no more than a ½ inch to 2 inches. And then I'm going to wrap up my squash in some, some squash and some aluminum foil. So again, cooking more with less is a concept that I thought of just based on where I'm living right now. And sometimes I feel very uninspired to make stuff based on the size of my kitchen or feeling as though I have a lack of utensils or a lack of instruments to give me the freedom that I need. But it's all an illusion, and my body was the first thing that came to mind. And I say all that to say it's really important to eat food that makes you feel well. And if you're on a fried chicken and mashed potato and just this horrible southern food diet, it could really be sluggish and it could really start to wear on your spirit. So we have 3 pieces of dried mahi, and I'm just going to again season it with some salt and pepper. Switch that over on both sides. And I say all that to say that you can cook healthy and eat well without having all the fat and guilt associated with your food. And at 20 years old, I just wanted to start. But back in 1990, this is 2012, back in 1999, 2000, it wasn't that popular. Vegan cooking was just kind of at a rise, I would say. A lot of people didn't know about it, and people would always, oh, you crazy, Celina. You ain't got no flavor. You don't want no. And I said, well, if I start now at 20, it won't be so difficult for me to eat like this at 30 years old. So now at 35, I'm really thankful that, again, we're just doing a dry rub. Paprika, garlic, pepper, salt. I'm going to throw some cumin in this because I love cumin. And that's it. It's just to say that this is a very magical time we're living in. I've been talking about the magic time because years ago, sometimes people aren't ready for the changes that you've made and that you're living in your life personally. But that doesn't mean that they won't catch up. And I say that to say that a lot of people are catching up and are starting to take real responsibility for their health. And it's allowed me to not look as zany and as crazy in talking about, how you can eat well and not feed your children chicken, turkey, beef, or pork. I don't feel that any child should have to digest all that heavy food that early. So again, all of our fish is seasoned. I have my panko breadcrumbs, and I'm going to go ahead and turn my oven on a high temperature. I'm going to go ahead and put my olive oil in my pan and start getting that warmed up because I'm pretty much ready to go already. So all we're doing here is we're putting some breadcrumbs. Hey you guys, so we're back. I just wanted to show you how the cauliflower came out. So the cauliflower just on the stovetop, immersed in a little bit of coconut milk, some thyme, salt, and pepper. That's it. I steamed it through for about 15 minutes on low, and it's done, and it's delicious. Same thing with the fish. I stuck the fish in the oven for about 15 minutes, 10 minutes after we fried it in the panko breadcrumbs. Done. So I boiled my whole wheat pasta while the cauliflower was cooking. And what I wanted to show you is that I do own and have organic whipped butter in my house. I used to do Earth Balance a lot, but I only use Earth Balance for like zucchini bread and for baking, for more baked goods. But for my food, all right, Amor, good job.
Yay.
But for my food, I do use a little bit of real butter. So just to show you, you know how people say, oh, fish with butter and lemon? It actually is true. Some of the basics are like that for a reason. So what I do is I don't even use a teaspoon, just to make sure, a tablespoon, just to make sure that I don't do too much. But I do use some salted organic whipped butter. A little better, it tastes a little better than the soy tofu stuff, and I like it. I can take a little bit of the fat now, so I'm not shying away from healthy fats that do enhance flavor in my food. So again, I'm just melting down some butter, and this is the capers. These are what capers look like. They're just like a smaller olive. But I'm telling you, you throw some of this on some fried fish with a little bit of butter and lemon, your lunch is done. It's delicious. It's decadent. Everybody is saying, oh my God, what did you do? How did you make it? And it's just simple. So I'm using about a handful. About a handful, I'm throwing it right on top of the butter. So I'm just cooking that down. This one. So we're done. Lemon. Some butter. I throw in my lemon after, just so that I don't over acidify and heat it up. So 3 of the seeds fell in there. You saw that? All I do is take it out with a little fork. But I'm telling you, a simple little teaspoon of some butter and some lemon with some capers. I'm going to throw it on my mahi-mahi and then throw that over the little bit of whole wheat pasta that we made. And we're done. Amor is back, so that's how you know it's a win. So he's already sticking his fingers in. This is all lunch. This is not even dinner. So I just wanted to show you how I start making my dinner a little bit early. Still in the oven is the butternut squash that's steaming through, that we're going to scoop out and make into a really simple vegan soup. I actually use my blender for that. So I just wanted to show you. Sure, babe. I just wanted to show you how simple it is. So I have Daddy's pasta, and Mommy's going to eat some too. We do our... Now our fish is cooked through, really nice as well. I'm doing a little bit of lemon caper butter on top for Daddy. Beautiful. And we're going to top it off with our cauliflower. This doesn't go together really, but it's going to go together today because I want Asir to have some vegetables. So just put some cauliflower together. Which I use. This has a little bit of olive oil on it and just some salt. I didn't really think it too much. Amor's hand is in here. So we're going. We have to eat, and we will catch up with you soon. I'll come back to show you how to do the butternut squash. Cooking more with less. No fat. No craziness. A lot of health. A lot of goodness. See you soon. Love you guys. Bye. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Cooking More with Less. We were making the butternut squash soup and all of our other great stuff today. Amor, we've taken naps, gone to the beach, done everything that we could have possibly done on a Sunday. And right before I left, I just turned off the oven because we didn't really have time. But I wanted to come home real quick and just show you when you steam. He's figured out how to snap. It's like the bee's knees for kids. And it's really cool. We celebrated highly today. Hold on a second. Let's just finish this real quick. So I just wanted to show you, once the butternut squash is steamed through in the water for about an hour in the oven, 375 degrees. It just creates a real nice soft, and the squash is so sweet and yes, we are going to blend it in there. What we're going to do is just scoop out with a tablespoon. You can help. Just hold on a second, okay? No, the scooping out's a little hard. The reason why I'm not letting him do that is because the back of the skin is so soft that it could come apart literally in your hand. And that's kind of what you want, is for it to just be able to fall out. So that's basically what I've done. I've scooped out all of the meat. Hold on a second, babe, okay? All of the meat from the squash. I'm just opening them up individually. And and I'm throwing out all the mucky mire. The mucky mire.
Mucky mire.
Uh-huh.
There.
So that's the second one. You see,
Scoop.
it is like an ice cream scoop. So that's basically what you're going to be doing. You're going to be ice cream scooping your squash out and into the blender. So let me just do this real quick. I'm sorry, you guys. These are the things that takes a little time, but it's actually good because you can see the process of how quick and easy it is. And all we're going to do to this is add our milk and some seasoning. Yeah, you can put the milk in there, sweetheart. Hold on a second, okay? Exactly what we do after is we eat it all down. So that's kind of how you can prepare food too, is you can do half of it during the daytime. So this morning we had the cauliflower and, you know, our fish for lunch, but I actually wanted to make soup with my cauliflower. The cat is having fun. Yeah. Whenever we're in the kitchen, the cat comes in, and it's really magical and funny. But so we have our butternut squash. It's all in here, peeled, and all the seeds are out. So he's just gonna add about a half a cup of hemp milk. You can use almond milk if you want. I like using the hemp milk because it creates a really nice, creamy, and thick base for it. Go ahead, you can do it. A little more. That's good. So we just poured that in there. And then actually what I add in here, the only ingredient I really add in here is a little bit of cayenne and some cinnamon. So,
Let me put the cinnamon in there.
Yep. Go ahead and shake it in there. Okay, that's good.
The cinnamon is so good.
It is good. And it's a nice diuretic. It's really good for people with high blood pressure. And it's really good for, it's a good warming for your joints, arthritis. Getting rid of it. No more arthritis. No more pain. Okay, you can go ahead and press that button now. So this is how we do. There's no cover to the blender. So I throw it in the blender for a couple minutes to combine everything. Hold on a second. And literally I just manually stir it. Hold on a second, baby. In a little bit, okay? And because it breaks down so quickly, all you have to do is hit that button more.
This one?
Yep. So as you can see, everything is blended together. That's proof in the pudding. You don't need to add anything. You don't need to add any sugar. You don't need to add any dairy. I just do a little bit of the milk because it really does make it nice and soft and milky. You can warm this up, store it in a container, use it for the babies, use it for whomever in the family wants to eat a little bit of warm stuff along with their salad and along with their food. So this is literally how I make butternut squash soup. Really simple. You could do the same thing with potatoes. I do a nice potato and leek soup, which we'll do next week. What were you saying? Oh, avocado? No, I don't make avocado soup. Sarah was just like, do you make that with avocados? No, but what I do is I cut a little bit of avocado on top. Avocado doesn't warm up really well. I don't like the way it tastes warm. So sometimes I do cut up some avocado, throw it on top of there, as well as some homemade croutons. Throw some olive oil, sprinkle a little salt, pepper, some cayenne, and cumin. Cumin works really good on top of squash soup. So I'm going to eat this. You guys are going to be inspired to continue to cook great stuff without all the toxins and guilt. And thank you for the encouragement and the love. Cooking more with less. Celina and Amor, and it's here in the back. Ashe, thank you everybody. Good loving.
No escaping this. Oh.